Now, before I get into all the titles you won, man, I want to start off with your first year as a head coach because I like to say everybody want to eat, but nobody want to cook. You know what I'm saying? Meaning everybody wants the rewards, but nobody wants to do the hard work. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna lead to those rewards. You know what I'm saying? So everything wasn't just sweet out the gate for you. You know what I'm saying? So just describe your first year as a head coach at Velma Jackson High School in Camden, Mississippi.
My first year was tough. I didn't even have an assistant coach then.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had like I said, Dooley was just, about a year or so old at the time. So I was in grad school trying to get my master's. So it was a lot, where I tried to take care of myself health wise because I couldn't afford to be sick because I didn't even have anybody to practice my team when I was out.
Carlisle, what other than just the basketball, can you kind of make America aware of the other things that you as the head coach then had to do because you got driving the bus, you got washing the clothes, you got breaking down the film and all that kind of stuff. So who had to do all that since you didn't have a head coach? I mean, an assistant coach.
I had to do everything, you know. So when it time to wash clothes, I washed the clothes. I had to drive the bus to the games. Um, you have to practice. You got to watch the film. You got to break down the film. I didn't even have where I could divide the team up and send half on this end, half on the other end, or just getting the input of somebody else's view. I didn't have any of that. So, like I say, when we finished practicing, I didn't even have anybody to watch the kids while I try to get to grad school on time. I was threatening to be kicked out of class because, I almost had too many tardies,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get to Jackson, trying to get my master. So, it was difficult, man, but I was real confident. I didn't know everything. But I didn't let my players know because they were looking at me like a first time head coach that maybe I didn't know what I was doing, so I had
And,
to have
and
confidence.
how old were you at the time?
At that time, I probably was about 24ish, maybe
Mm-hmm.
25, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And I had to have confidence, even if I wasn't as confident sometimes, because your players know you. So if you show that you not confident, then they're gonna, not have confidence. So, um, it was tough, and we started a lot of young guys. They were freshmen. Um, we had a couple of older guys, that was left from the previous team, but they hadn't played as much. So, it was just a struggle. And by the second half of the season, we kind of start, winning a few games, start growing a little bit, and we made it to the district championship. We made it to the district championship, lost, and we won our first playoff game, and then we went on the road and lost to Boonville in our second playoff game, which they had won a championship, and then they ended up losing that year in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had kind of told my guys about how it was going to be going to Boonville, that area, student section, and different things. And we went up there and played a great game, and we ended up, losing by 8. And once that was over, I had one of my kids, Justin Washington, came to me a couple of days later. He was like, "Man, coach, you did everything you could to prepare us for that environment." But he was like, nothing could prepare us other than going through it, and once they went through it, they saw what it was, they kind of understood. And Didi came to me, and Didi was like, "Coach," he said, "we got 3 years left in high school." He said, "We're not losing anymore." you
Mm.
know and most time when basketball season over with, may some guys may play other sports, or it might be kind of hard to you know get guys to work out, they want to break. But those guys, man, we said we're gonna go to the track, we're gonna train, we're just gonna get faster, we're gonna jump higher, we're gonna get stronger. Like, we're gonna do whatever we can so
Mm-hmm.
that we don't have this feeling again next year. And if you wanna win, you're gonna have to go through Boonville again, you know. And every day practice, we talked about Boonville, Boonville, Boonville. And I think I said it so much that by the time we met them in the playoffs the next year, like, they hated Boom. They was just like, "Cole, we just so tired of you talking about Boom." And And I just think that was, part of our success. Like those guys took defeat and then they didn't let that, determine their path. They used that as motivation to come back and work harder to improve, which, we met them in the North State Championship, which we beat them. And then we ended up meeting them like a week and a half later in the state championship. And we beat them again.
Okay. So shout out to Kendarius Smith, my boy Money. You know what I'm saying? Point guard. Best ball handler I've seen live. Bad man. Professional basketball player overseas right now, too, by the way. So shout out to him.